Over the last 12 years, God has done some amazing things through the TheChurch.at churches. We've seen marriages restored and people freed from the bondage of sin. We've seen God do what only He can do through thousands of people giving their lives to Christ and being baptized. And it's only the beginning. God is calling us to go beyond who we are today and be more intentional than ever before about reaching our communities for Christ. There are 3 major areas we must invest in: campus improvement, campus expansion, and missions. One of the first things we want to do is enlarge and retheme our elementary and preschool areas. God has entrusted us with many babies and children, and we must make sure the square footage at every campus provides them with adequate care and safety. One of the main reasons we have adjusted our service times is so that we can provide time for people to connect with one another. We want to create spaces in our hallways for people to gather. We want it to be seamless to navigate through each campus so that when people attend, they can easily integrate into our church family. Clearly, all of these improvements, they're things, but Move is about so much more than that. It's about people. We want to reach people. People just like Elizabeth from our DuPage campus.
My name is Elizabeth Grace Provolic, but everybody calls me E.G. I have something called cerebral palsy. It is a physical challenge. They say the word disability, and I say excuse me, because it is a challenge. Everybody has a challenge. Mine just shows up a little more. We met in college. We met when I was walking across the campus. We went out, and he, I fell down on purpose. And he looks down and he goes, "Are you all right?" And I went, "Yeah, I'm fine." He says, "Do you need help?" "No, I'm okay." He said, "I'll meet you in the mall." So I was like, "That's it. I'm married and we're done." He gave me my own independence. He absolutely let me be me, and he wasn't embarrassed by it. I asked him, I said, "Well, doesn't it bother you?" He says, "No, God made you that way." He says, "You are special and you are beautiful and you are exactly who you're supposed to be." August 23rd, 2014. It was just an ordinary Saturday. Nothing special. We were going to go to the gym and we were going to the movies. He told me to hurry up. I tripped over his shoes as I was going up the stairs, and I kind of smarted off at him and said, "I don't want to spend the next 25 years tripping over your shoes. Would you please pick them up?" And went upstairs to take a shower, and then came back down, and he was gone. He was taking his final breath. And all I could think of was, I'm gonna not trip over those shoes. What am I gonna do? It was a heart attack. It was a sudden heart attack. It was what they call widow makers. And it definitely made a widow. Half my body was gone. Everything was gone. I could barely put sentences together and get out of bed. I was sinking fast. People were asking me questions, "Well, how are you going to do this and that?" And Chris jumped right in and said, "E.G., we have this." And I would sit there and I would bawl my eyes out every Sunday. Somebody would come and they would put their arms around me and they would just let me bawl. The church kept pushing me when I needed to be pushed, and they listened to me talk about my husband, and they walked right beside me. They cleaned my house from top to bottom because I was lost. My husband had promised me that he was going to paint my kitchen. So they painted my kitchen. It's very special to me. It was the start of the healing we just painted and painted and painted. And they heard me just talk and talk. Sometimes it's not about the scriptures you tell somebody, it's about how you walk beside them. And you see, they walked beside me. And that's what was important. And every time I walk in here, I just remember some people really cared, and I can start over again. Wasn't for the church at DuPage, I would probably still be stuck in my house. They will walk through whatever it is to walk through. They will show you Jesus. And that's what I needed for the people in Oklahoma. You're my family too. It's important to know that you're there and that you're praying for me and I'm praying for you, because that's what we're all about. We're all about connecting. When I hear Steve play his music, it's another week and I know it's okay. And I don't know what's next, but I know that God knows what's next and that I'm finally excited about it. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And I just hold on for the ride.